does a true deep friendship mean to you?
Friendship, bitch, we need to love one another. Sorry, man.
What does a true deep friendship mean to you?
A true deep friendship.
For me, a friendship, I really don't use that word a lot, like friends. For me, it's either like you are an acquaintance or you family. Like it's no in between. And
How do you
and
define acquaintance, though?
for me, it's like to become family. Obviously, that's the test you have to pass. You have to. I need to be able to be my complete self around you. If I can't be who I really am around you, you're not family, and that's just how it is. You'll never know. But of course, like for me, it's gonna take us having to go through some fighting. It's gonna take. I need to know your weaknesses. Like if you perfect around me, I know you're not family. Cause family, you know everybody problems.
But
You
even
know.
as a dude, like
Yeah.
as a guy.
Oh yes, you know everybody problems. Like the moment mad they come, they bring up your problem. You know them. So like for me, family transparency, like being completely open. That's what family is. No in between. Um, because friends come and go, but family remains. You know.
So you don't have friends, you got family.
I got family.
What y'all think?
I think a true deep friendship. What does it mean? For me personally, it means that there's loyalty, there's support, there's transparency, there's honesty, there's correction, there's rebuke. Because as a friend, you can't always be that yes person. Then like you're just watching your friend go downhill. So for me, that's what a true deep friendship means. And kindness and love, of course, but that's just one of the things that I believe is a true deep friendship for me personally.
For me, friendship is freedom. It's a non-judgmental environment where you can just truly be yourself. Like you said, it's accountability. It's being able to trust. It's loyalty. It's vulnerability and reciprocity, most of all. And reciprocity doesn't necessarily look like I'm giving you what you're giving me, because it's certain things that I could benefit from that you have that I don't have, vice versa, So, uh,
Why you
friendship.
look so stressed?
Right,
It's okay. It's okay.
right. So, friendship is unconditional love.
I think for me, I want to say something different. I agree with everybody, but I think true friendship is one that's not one sided. I feel like from my experience, I've had a lot of one sided friendships where they benefit and they never really get to know me because I don't open up. So because they're benefiting in their eyes, it's a good friendship. But in my eyes, it's not a good friendship, which causes me to leave. So I can detach from friends easily. So a good friendship looks like to me that person actually gets me. Somebody I feel comfortable enough to even open up to. Because I think that they can get me, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
I have to agree, like you said, with everybody. What everybody said was good. Um, but for me, I think true friendship is rare. It's very rare because, like you said, a lot of times it's sad, but people are out for themselves. If I feel good about the relationship, if you feel good about it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm benefiting from it. So it has to be reciprocal, but it's rare. It's very rare. And I tell people all the time, if you find a true friend, hold on to them. It does not matter. Somebody who's been down with you through the good, the bad, the ups and downs, hold on to them because it is rare. And rare things are expensive.
That's so true. That is so true. Y'all want to share a time where your friendship's been breached of like trust? And yeah.
Lord help us. Okay, so being young and silly, I befriended people quickly because I've always been a person who I show love by giving. So I'm very like, oh my God, you come on here. So I brought in the wrong person, and she decided to sleep with my ex-husband in my house.
Your best friend.
Yeah, my very good friend.
Oh, well.
And needless to say, she wasn't my very good friend after that.
Yeah.
But that taught me a lesson to pay attention
Okay.
Because if somebody, this is my thing, I already knew the type of person that she was, but I'm thinking, well, that's how she is with them.
You're right.
You know,
She won't do
she's
me.
not gonna do that to me. You know,
Right.
she would never do that to me, but she did. So we have to be very mindful to look at the character, the moral compass of people that we bring close to us,
Yeah.
because everybody ain't good to be close to.
That's so true.
So yeah. What you got?
something to say?
But how you determine that though? Because Mama T's saying everyone can, you're saying you have to test them, right? What are those tests consist of? Like how you testing your friends?
Like for me, you just have to show me you down. Like
Huh?
you got to show me you
Down for what? What we doing?
but like it's for me. You got to show me you not just because of course like she said. You'll get to a point whereby you will think certain people won't do certain things. So for me, like people will come to me and say I'm good with business. They'll come to me. You think we start this friendship based off of business. But do you, in the process, are you really trying to learn me for who I am, or it's just for business? So I have to test you to really see, are you down for me, or it's just a one-sided thing, kind of like how Jazz was saying. So for me, that's what every relationship. I just feel like
Alright.
every relationship that you have is based off of something. But I need to know what it's based off of. Is it business? Is it you love me as a person? So that's what I'm always trying to figure out with every relationship in my life. That's why I say it's either you like an acquaintance,
Yeah.
you're a destined partner, but it's not in between. You either family or you one of those because you in my life for a reason.
I see.
Yeah.
So you like to define.
Yes, I like every relationship to be defined.
Every relationship should be defined. They definitely should. You know, friends can be seasonal. They can be lifelong, right? If you have a friend based off a business partner, y'all share interest of getting to know each other because of a business. When that business is over, it's more than likely that y'all friendship will end. And it doesn't mean that y'all won't be cordial with other or even reach out and reconnect later, but that was the basis of y'all's friendship. But for me, how I test my friendships, how I test all my relationships, I definitely believe in testing my relationships. But it can't be any manipulation in the testing of your relationships whatsoever. And I think that's what we come off. We say like, I gotta push this to do something to make this person to make this person expose their hand, and that comes off as manipulation a lot of times, right? Which makes you look bad, and people could perceive that to a point to where like, well, I don't even want to develop them with you know.
Okay.
So I think we all have a tendency of moving too fast in all our relationships, and consistency and vulnerability is definitely necessary in everything. So if somebody wants to be my friend, everybody starts out at the same level. And through that vulnerability and consistency, that's what we build. And in that genuine relationship that's being developed, genuine situations take place. I don't have to set anything up. You know, it's just me hanging with you will show your character. We're out together, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you respond in this situation that genuinely happened? I definitely believe in testing your relationships, but you have to let it be done authentically as possible, because if not, then like you're cheating yourself in the other person.
natural.
It's not natural, right? Most definitely.
That's true.
Testing your friendships, I think it comes with life situations. Like for me, my mom passed away, you know, and it's like everybody was there during funeral time, but after, where was everyone? So it's like it showed me that, you know, it was like a process that showed me who my true friends were. So I think naturally as you go through life, people will show you who they are. It's like a relationship. In the beginning, everybody is cute, everything's perfect, it's my bestie. But as time goes on, your character shows.
Yeah.
Then I get to really see who you are. So I think that if we wait it out, we'll really start to see who people are and where we can place them in our life. Me, sometimes I wish I didn't have discernment, because I can meet a person for the first time and I already know you're not in my life alone. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just based off of, I don't know, like I feel like people carry weight. So it's just based off, can you pick me up? Like, are you that person? But a lot of people, they're not dependable at all. So I think life will just naturally show you who your friends are.
I think too, if I can add this, like you said, life will show you who your friends are, but life also will show you their character. Like he said, where you place them in your life. I tell people all the time, your life is like a stadium. Now, the prime seats,
Yeah.
only certain people get those.
All right.
Some people can be in those seats, and they earn them seats, them the best seats.
Okay.
But then some of these jokers, you know, about to say something else. Right. Some of these jokers gotta be out up in the balcony or in the parking lot.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you in the parking lot, and you have to be able to discern, as you said, who goes where,
True.
who's where, because it's one of those things. Like I said, I was silly. I brought this female close to me, thinking, oh, you know, she has a child. I have a child. Well, I had children. Oh, you know, she's this, she's that, and then boom. You in the bed with my man.
Yeah.
What the what? And it's not Pastor Wallace.
Oh,
Hey, make sure I clarify.
It's not
I don't,
Pastor
want,
Wallace.
I don't want anybody to think it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. And so you also have to be able to decide, is this character or a weakness?
That's deep.
You know?
Yes.
Because we all have weaknesses and stuff we fall into. And am I here to help them with that? You know? Or is it just their character's just horrible and I just gotta disconnect myself?
That's true.
So, yeah.
Just piggyback off of what Robert said.
Yeah.
I definitely believe like it should be done authentically, but there is times whereby you want to just see like how a person responds to a particular situation. I'm always there for you. Buddy, can you come help me do this? This is really important to my mom. Oh man, I can't be. You just showed me something about you. When I needed you at my hardest time, you wasn't there for me. So although is can be authentic, or I can be just trying to see how you respond, I know your response is telling me a lot. You know, so that's one thing that I think is very important. How you respond when pressure is on you, how you respond when you're needed. So that's one thing I look at to determine, is this person here for me when I need them the most? You know, can I call this person family?
Yeah. So to piggyback back off of Jasmine and Mama T, discernment is definitely important.
Yeah.
But sometimes because of our past experiences, it could deter our discernment.
Oh yeah.
And we'll let our trauma stop us from allowing people to know us.
Yeah.
Where there's supposed to be a relationship and the relationship doesn't happen, right?
Right.
Because, you know, as the Lord has sent people, the enemy will send people too. But it's our job to establish, like, who's been sent for what.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I first came to Kingdom Embassy, Houston, right?
Right.
Yeah, under
Facts
Apostle
of
Innocent.
mine.
Yes, Day one. I saw my heart being revealed to myself, you know. And because of what I've been through and because of my gift of discernment, I'm able to see a lot of things just like everybody else is. But first impression is everything. And sometimes when somebody sees you for the first time, what they see might not be clear because they don't know you as a person.
That's true.
So you only could go off your personal perspective, right? So when people see that and they don't know you, you might take it as like, oh, I see that in that person. I don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah.
And you remove yourself from that position where God wants you to be in order to align you with that person.
Yeah.
Right? So the Lord was telling me in that time, he was just like, you have to give people a chance to get to know you and who you are.
Okay.
You know, because if you go off with I'm not saying don't use past experience, but if you use that mainly, that hurt could cause you to not be available or to put your defenses down to allow somebody to see like, oh, this person is not like that.
Yeah.
And that was just me.
That's true.
You know, to expose them to themselves too, so we can all grow.
I just want to go into the second part of the question you asked. How do we, like, if we were ever, how was it, like, if our trust was ever breached by somebody that we was friends with? For me, I just I begin to love you from a distance.
So what happened?
We
need a story. We don't need.
I don't.
Y'all talking dictionary. I'm gonna need like diary. Okay.
I don't know which one to start with.
The deepest one, deepest cut. Like, deepest cut. Like
Deepest cut.
Like,
Okay,
you
like
gotta tell your
before I
kids
got
about
saved,
this
I was with this one girl. I was with her. Believe it or not, we was dating in first grade. And then we met again in high school.
Okay.
So we were dating for like 2 years now. I was in 10th grade, 9th and 10th grade. And then my best friend comes and tell me, yeah, bro, your girl, she's been texting me and she likes me. But wait, he then comes back and tell me, yeah, I think I like her too. Oh, really? So now I'm like mad at both of them. Like I don't even know what to do. Like what is going on? I'm confused.
Yeah.
And so I think that situation just taught me a lot. Like people fall. For her, like she's been doing this, so I can put that in one category. But him, he's always wanted love. Like I've always been that friend that he looked up to and stuff. He didn't know how to handle it, so I could differentiate like the difference between what's going on with their hearts. But definitely the way I love both of them.
Maybe he was jealous of you. Did you think of that?
He's
Was
jealous.
he
of me?
jealous of you? Of your life, or just you? The fact you got the girl?
I don't know, honestly. But she was decent, so
She was
I would have probably liked her too. but the way I handled it.
Where's your ring at? Cause they gotta know you married. Happily married.
But I lost it. How did I handle it? Jesus, it was tough. The biggest thing was like how I said earlier, seeing how you will respond. A lot of times we bring people closest to us that we love, but the people that we love the most might not love us the most.
Yes.
So I put myself in a position whereby I have to. You ever been like, I always text this person. Let me see if they gonna text me this morning. I put myself in a position whereby I have to see you want a relationship with me, whether you mess up, whether you don't mess up. So that's been the biggest thing for me, like being able to just watch how you are, how you move,
So for me, I'm hearing a lot of what y'all believe what friendship is, what you went through. But I think my deepest question is, what kind of friend are you? Because I thought I figured it out until I realized, dang, I suck. Because I don't know. No, maybe because like you're all saying, maybe you can give, right? And you're also taking, and it's a mutual thing. But what happens when there's different seasons of your life, different times, and you're just not keeping up? Like there's people who are attached, naturally attached, and there's people who don't even know how to be attached to their own family. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, like I'm being candid. I literally had to sit down with myself and realize like, yo, you terrible. Because, no, not in a bad way, but for real, because I can, it's what Mama T asked me earlier, because I can literally make friends and like, we love each other. Like we're so close, and you'll tell me all your secrets and everything. You don't know nothing about me. Or you she said,
You're a one-sided friend?
it's one side, and then that's the thing. I never think about it. Like I'm not sitting there going like, oh, let me be reserved. I don't want to be close to this person. I'm not overthinking it. But it's like my energy or my aura can give you that vibe where it's like you can be yourself, you can be whatever, we're cool. But deep down, am I ready to like trust you and like spill? No, like, cause even my closest friends, that's the problem they have with me. Cause they're like, yo, like, what, like, can you tell us secrets, or like, can you don't like, or just you're kind of mysterious in a way, and it's like we're trying to get, But it's like I would have to work on myself to be like, all right, like, what's going on? Like, what are your barriers? Like, why are you not giving as much as? But that's the thing. I love them to death. Like, I would die for them. But it's like, I don't know if I can give what they give. Does that make sense?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from? Do you think it comes from trauma? Do you think it comes from just personality? Where do you think it comes from?
I think for me, it's more of my upbringing. Okay. Like with my family, we were never attached. So we didn't do like family dinners or like where we're all just close. Everyone had their own thing going on in life. So there was no sense of accountability of like, I have to be this for this person. Or even with like parents, like social gatherings, or like we didn't go to our parents, like we didn't go to like our aunt's house. We didn't go to their friend's house. Like we weren't really social in that sense. So for me, it's like I'm used to my own lane. So even with my parents and stuff, like they're not, I don't see them with those kind of friendships that are like, I don't know how to describe it, like where you're constantly like, that's the thing. I can't even do calls. Like I don't do the, hey, how you doing? What you doing? The 1 hour calls. Like I'm just like, huh? Like get to the point and hang up. But the weird part is I'll do that with guys. Like if I like somebody, I could be the best friend. Like it comes out of me. Like it's natural. But with girls, I'm like, text me. Like, 'cause I don't know what it is. Like I don't have attachment. And it's my parents, I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't call my parents. That's how bad I was. In college, I wouldn't even call my parents. I wouldn't call my siblings. We can go months on end and we don't have a conversation. And I'm okay with it. They're okay with it. And it's such a bad behavior. But I noticed even the best friends that I have to this day, which is like 2 or 3, we have the same type of personality and character. That's why we work. Like, it works. Is it healthy? I don't know. I don't think so. But there's a lot of people like me too, where it's like, I don't have to be consistently talking to you or whatever to have that closeness. But is it healthy? I think for me, I've realized some things are not. And it's what Mama T's saying. It could be trauma. It could be things that you're not sorting through within yourself. To say like, all right, this thing, I don't think is healthy. Like this is not a healthy friendship. But then I don't know. What y'all think? Because
I can relate. Honestly, I can relate to you. I was talking to Christiana at the office earlier. My family is kind of, even though we're African Americans, you know, we don't know where we come from, but we were not very emotional. You know, my mom told me she loved me for the first time I was 20 years old, leaving.
Yeah.
But getting on the train, going with my ex-husband to, you know, going into the military. And it was like, she told me she loved me. And I was like, what? What's wrong with you? So I get that part. And I'm like that, where I would go stints without talking to my family. You know, connected, not really. You know, you good as long as you ain't dead. You ain't homeless. You know, you good. Amen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I was like that. I was just telling them before you got here. With my friends, I had 2 females that I would party with back in the day, and we had a whole entourage, 12 to 20 dudes. We was deep. That's how we partied. So dudes and we clicked. Women, I didn't like women. I think some of it was because of my mother. So making friends was easy, but it wasn't easy. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I always look for females to. How can I put it? I don't necessarily want to say be treacherous, but it's like, So, but if I let you in and you did something, that's it. I'm good.
That's true.
I don't like females like that anyway. You can kick rocks. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I
get you.
But you get what I mean?
I get
you. So, I can, but I think mine, the reason why I asked you that question is because I think mine came from trauma.
Yeah.
You know, our story is similar in the whole stuff that we went through. So I think a lot of that, I just suppressed a lot of stuff. I packed stuff and I didn't want to deal with it. And long as it's not in my face, I'm good.
That's true.
So making friends, you can be my friend or you don't have to be my friend. I'm going to be okay.
That's so true.
Because he likes me. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So.
I feel you. Makes sense. And I grew up with 3 brothers, y'all. So just like, I didn't have no sisters. I was like, I don't know what this world of girl friendships look like.
So to answer the question, I think the kind of friend that I am is one that will easily detach myself from people.
Yeah.
It's so second nature to do it. You do something I don't like, fine, we don't
run
talk
away.
for a while.
Are you a
I'm
runner?
okay.
Lord.
I don't know if I run. I just kind of pretend you don't exist.
That's running.
Is that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I think it could be very toxic because I have the personality where you would think you're so close to me.
Exactly.
I will reel you in so good just to drop you and pretend you don't
evil.
exist. It is. I had to think about it that way. I am a really good friend to people, but in a sense, a terrible
It makes
friend.
sense.
No, it is. I have to.
All my friends are gonna be like, oh.
But I'm being real. They can probably attest to this. Like,
Yeah.
I will know everything about you. I can overanalyze you. I can tell you
that's
all this
real,
stuff.
though.
But when you come to know me, you will not know. It will be nothing. You can't tell me anything because I didn't tell you anything.
Wow.
So it's very one-sided, and I can't even blame them because I don't open up to them. But again, they don't even ask. I think something's wrong with that. The fact that you don't realize I'm not telling you stuff, that doesn't bother you. So the type of friend I am is, yes, deuces. You do something I don't like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a self-protection thing. That's a
Yeah.
whole nother topic.
Yeah.
I
Opposite.
think I honestly I was like Jasmine, where like I wouldn't attach myself to people before I did, and then a friendship that I had, like it was very one-sided, and I realized like I have to love this person from a distance.
Yeah.
So I stopped talking to them for 4 years, and that like really shifted the way that I would say being a friend. It shifted the way I was a friend to other people. So for me, from that point, I was like, okay, I don't really have friends. I just have people I'm cool with. Like
Yeah.
I'm neutral. Like I say hi and bye. Like we can have a conversation. I will laugh with you. We can hang out, but I won't call you my friend.
Yeah.
Like it won't be that. So it'll be like, in the beginning, I will warn you, like, hey, we cool now, but I might disappear on you. Like it's not on purpose. Like I will just stop
Oh,
talking
you
to
give
you.
him a warning.
Yeah, I gave Christiana a warning. I was like, Chris,
Oh.
I'm gonna. I'm like, Chris, when I first met
Oh, she don't want to be in here.
when I first met Chris, I was like, look,
better get in here, girl. Tell your side of the
I'm
story.
I might disappear, because I did it before with someone else in the
I
church,
might
and it
disappear.
was
That was
like,
so
it's
cute.
not me trying to be mean or anything. It's just I have a certain capacity when it comes to other people at this
Yeah.
point in my life. Like I've given so much in the past. It's like at this point, look, if you disappear, we're gonna disappear together,
I see.
and we're gonna go our separate ways.
See, I
So in
respect
the
that.
beginning, we'll be cool, and then after a while, I'll be like, all right, I won't text you, I won't
Yeah.
respond. And it's really bad. It's like not me trying to do it on purpose, but it's just I've reached my limit now, so I'm gonna just disappear. So for me, like, if you, not to say you need to like cater to me or anything, but you have to put some effort in the beginning, because I've been through so much with friendships. It's like you have to really show that you're genuine and loyal.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, then it's just gonna be like a high and by kind of
That's true.
relationship. So I've been the detached in the beginning.
Yeah.
But if you show me that you can support me just as much as I support you, because I'm very supportive as a friend. Like I'm very giving as a friend. I have a very big heart, and I care too much, in my opinion.
I see.
But if you can give me something back, just small stuff, I'm not asking for nothing big. Like just give me conversation, just give me your time. Then I will be like, okay, maybe this person is cool, and I can work with this person. But if you're just pulling from me, I'm like, girl, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Do y'all think your level of expectation in a friendship really determines how you treat people, like how you are in the friendship? For example, for me, I just don't care. Like, even if somebody disappeared, I'd be like, I ain't busy, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't even think twice about like, oh, maybe they mad at me or I did something, da 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 da. Whole time they could be in their head, like frustrated, 20 bullet points, and valid. And in my head, I'm just like, oh, we cool. Like, but because in my head, I'm not expecting nothing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But that's also not healthy, because why am I not expecting something from a friendship? Like,
That's good.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be absent-minded. So I'm like, I think in both sides, where I'm like, what does a friendship mean to you? Like, do you even believe in friendship? Like, because sometimes I ask myself, like, over the years, I'm like, do I have friends, or like what's going? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. So what y'all think? Like,
Yeah,
Does
I
it
don't
really
think you should
determine-
have expectations on people, but it's not easy, like, to not have those expectations. Because
Exactly.
when you have expectations on people in general, you disappoint yourself. So you have to balance it out.
How?
I would say
what's the balance?
you have to know your place in their life. Like, if you know, okay, this friend,
Yeah.
she's family to me, or he's family to me, I know if they disappear, they're gonna come. Like, we're gonna come right back.
Okay.
It's not gonna disintegrate. It's not gonna fall apart. They're just going through something, and they may need space. So just having that expectation, you have to balance it out. Just
But
know
like-
your position in their life.
So for you, you confront the situation. You let them know, hey, I'm about to, if I disappear, it's because A, B, C, D. Do you think there are times where you just don't have to do that, and you just
I've done that before.
separate
I just
yourself?
don't say anything.
Right? So
And
is that
felt
healthy
really bad.
too?
No.
No.
Because then, like, if I just disappear and
Yeah.
don't tell them anything.
But do you think now telling them might burden them too? Because I've had, let me explain myself, all right? I've had friends who would be like, again, in their head, and they'll come back. Some are very valid. Some are like, what are you talking about, right? But I can't make their emotions like less, or I can't debunk what they feel. But sometimes it makes me feel like you're asking too much of me, that like I'm not even asking of you, where it's like, is it fair to me now to like sulk in how you feel? Does that make sense? Like where they're kind of like throwing it on you, and you have to accept it and sit with it, versus like, can we just agree to disagree that it's not that big of a deal? But if you think it is, fine. Like, what's the?
I want to word it correctly.
She said, "Bye."
There are some things that I feel like if you are really my friend, we are really cool, we're close, you should just understand. Like Precious said, she gives a warning.
Okay.
Some things don't I shouldn't have to give you a warning.
Right.
I'm having a life transition. My life is shifting over here. This is happening.
Exactly.
Give you an example. I had a friend. We were like close to the point where her husband told us one time, if I did not know that y'all love the Lord, I would think something else was going on. I said, we was like, what? You know, we were like that. If you saw her, you saw me. You saw me, you saw her. And then my husband now came into my life. And so then, you know, I'm spending time with him. And then I marry him. And so I'm not calling her as much. You know, I may see you at church or whatever. Hey, girl, hey, you know. And so she had an attitude with me. She got mad. She was pissed.
Right.
How dare you? How you gonna get married and then just drop me? I said, wait a minute, stop. Pump your brakes.
Right.
I'm trying to figure this man out that I just said I do to. We're trying to build a life, come together, become stable over here. And when I say from the time I married him, it had been maybe a month. It was fresh.
Yeah.
She flipped to the point where mutual acquaintances, she was bad mouthing me to them.
Yeah.
To the point where if they bring me up, we're gonna go get Tamla, we're gonna go do, oh girl, don't even say her name.
Oh.
All because I got married.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure this out. And so you really weren't my friend though. So I wasted all that with 2 years or whatever amount of time.
Did you set those like key boundaries though? So you guys have that mutual respect in between those seasons of your life where it's like, hey, this is my season where I'm about to get married, or there was no conversation, so she kind of felt like you just dropped her without verbalizing.
But mama, come on. I just got married.
No, but you see, Precious is saying like, you owe me a conversation.
But my thing, I think for me, I thought that she was more mature than that.
I see.
Because she's married. I'm not coming when you and your husband are going off doing whatever. I'm not like, girl, we supposed to go shopping. We supposed to do. No, I'm gonna respect that you and your husband are spending time.
Yeah.
And then I get married, and then you're like, you forgot about me. You didn't call, and I'm like, what is happening? I mean, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that she was considerate of, let them figure it out. Let me give her a little time, a little space with this new marriage, and then slowly graft myself back in. Because it wasn't like I was shutting her out where I never would have talked to her again. You know, she had kids. I had children from my first marriage. You know, so we had kids that still were really good friends, and I thought were good friends. But for you to flip on me to the point where you told other people, basically, my name was mud.
That's messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. But how do y'all set those key boundaries with your friends in those like transitions of life and where?
Can I go back to the first part and then come back? You were saying like, should we let our friends know the expectations? I think you should, because many times people put expectations on us that we can't meet. My definition of a friend and your definition of a friend is very different. So I've been in a situation whereby a guy is like, I take this very serious. If you my friend, you my friend. Yes.
I didn't know guys talk like that. I swear, I like growing up with brothers. I never see my brother or anybody talking about like friendship and boundaries and expectations as a friend. It's like
he got really emotional, but it was coming from a place of like what he's been through, losing people and stuff. And so he kind of tried to project all of these things, like if you're gonna be my friend, you gotta be like this and this and this. And it's like, in my head it's like, bro, I only known you 2 months. So what is a friend? Like,
Are we
so
dating?
I think
That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry.
like,
Yeah, I was like, it's a little too
like
deep.
no, like it definitely has to be
Yeah.
defined. The same when people say get
Yeah.
together and they start saying I love you. Yeah, what's your definition of love? Like what you have to show me in action. So I think it's best to define it, you know, so people don't put expectations on you that you cannot meet. Because what you call a friend and what I call a friend is different. But how do I move now? I do like Precious doing. I give warnings.
You give warnings before you do it.
Yeah, like.
But
I
how
don't-
does that sound as a guy? Like, what's your warning? Like, hey, my guy, I need to talk to you. I'm about to dip, cause you, or what? Like, I really want to hear. Like,
I really don't even do all of that. As a guy, I don't even know, honestly.
But you just said you do.
Because I don't even have like guy friends like that.
so what are you even?
I'm saying like I've only really had girlfriends, but this one guy.
Wait, hold on.
Cut this part out. but in instances where I did have guy friends, it was like those type of situations which were
So
weird.
y'all didn't talk is my question.
Not really.
Did you, as a guy, like talk to your friends, make it clear like that those expectations, da 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 da.
So in my maturity,
Okay.
I was able to, and I've been able to, right? Everything starts with friendship,
Okay.
and the friendship that's developed between the two people are defined by those two people or the group of people who are friends.
Right.
And boundaries are set up there, right? But in every friendship, there's maturity in everything. I feel like a lot of times we look at friendship on how it serves us, and not how it serves others, and
Right.
it's always looked at selfishly. And everything starts with friendship, even marriage, right? Even dating, whatever. It all starts with friendship.
Yeah.
And I believe in marriage or friendship, which should be marriage, is two people in competition of who could serve each other better.
Whoa,
You know what I'm saying?
listen, you talking
So-
about marriage. I want to be married to that friend.
Y'all can make me lose my thought.
I'm sorry. No.
So, you know, we have to understand that everybody has a life. They're going through things. They've been through stuff, right? So we have to really ask ourselves. I have to ask myself, why am I friends with this person? Why have I chose this person to be my friend? Because if I could do that, then there's an unconditional love that's developed to where it's not too much they could do to stop me from being their friend, right? That line of offense
Yeah.
is lower, not because I don't respect myself, I'm not setting boundaries for myself, but the grace I have for this person because of love I'm shown, because I know why I chose that person to be
That's
my friend. So those people I could call that I haven't talked to in 5 years, 8 years in other countries, other states, that I could call them up, show up like, hey, I need a place to stay. Come on in. And it'll be like we never separated at all. You know?
Kept good terms.
I also feel like we get so conditioned by societal norms and cultural norms to where we put a definition on who we could be friends with. And I'm speaking of the opposite sex.
Oh, you okay?
Right?
Platonic. We'll jump there, right?
Individuality and being human trumps and outweighs cultural norms.
Yes.
So how Western civilization sees friendship, you'll see that they'll say a man and a woman can't be friends.
Right. Let me put the cards down at this point.
In other countries too, right? But I done been to other countries and I done seen men walking hand in hand with a man, and it's not even looked at as homosexuality.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they so
like
close, they walking together. I'm talking about hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder,
Sure, they be
right?
kissing
Like
each
hugging
other
on
and
each other.
kissing.
But that's just the type of love that they have in their culture, and it's not looked at as inappropriate. But when I see it in another country for first, I'm like, man, are they?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
but that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been conditioned to look at things, right? We were saying earlier, platonic
Yeah.
relationships,
Yeah.
right? There's other levels of intimacy that has nothing to do with sexuality.
That's true.
And
but-
just because it's a man and a man or a woman and a woman doesn't mean the same sex can't show each other those levels of intimacy outside of sexuality.
Well, let me tell you something. Hold on. I'm gonna have to rebuttal on that. But because going back to what you said,
For sure.
that a friend should what do you say? We were like, ooh.
Which one serves one better?
No, friendship is a competition
see who
to
can
see who can serve
serve
better.
Yeah.
Brother, if you looking good,
Hey, talk about it.
what do you mean?
So
like
that's
it's gonna get somewhere.
You also have to know.
I'm single.
Well, I mean, you also have to know yourself as a person,
Yeah.
right? That's why I say, why am I friends with this person?
Come on,
And,
though.
and it's so important to be.
No, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. but I'm
You're
just-
right. Friendship is transparency, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna be friends with a woman. We're talking about the opposite sex, right?
Yeah.
And have a agenda to say that I'm gonna be friends because it's a possibility that we might could be together. After it's already been established that this is what we all teach us.
Who establishes that though?
Right.
Both of y'all. In the beginning, transparency is everything.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right? Now, when you come with blurred lines and you're seeing that, okay, I'm being a little too flirtatious here. I'm saying that, I'm saying this. Now you have to step back and say, okay, this is what this is. And if we're not going to go there, then we need to, distance ourselves. Right? But it's definitely possible, and I think necessary, that being human and individuals, that is things that women can offer men and men can offer women in genuine friendship relationships.
What if when you're married?
Platonic.
What if you're married and
So-
you
so
want to keep that
there's-
platonic friendship
There's
for
boundaries
life?
and rules to everything, right? Your wife and your husband trump everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
trump
so they
everything.
become your best friend.
For sure. And they should already be your best friend by the time y'all get married, because
Okay.
we rush everything, right?
True. Oh, hold on. Is that true? But I feel you. You're right.
Right? Because
You're
everything
right.
starts with friendship. But they trump everything. Hopefully you will have a partner that trusts you, that understands you. And to the point to where there's nothing that can make them think that you will take it there. And that person will love their husband or wife enough to say, if this goes where it's not supposed to go, if I see anything, then I gotta end it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if that's not the case, then it's just like, if your husband or wife feel uncomfortable, and you just gotta have to talk with them, and then if that person gotta go, they gotta go, because that's your husband and wife.
So that's how even friends would respect each other's like individuality and growth in different seasons, even if it's platonic, where you see, all right, this person's like true to being my friend because they could respect all
For
aspects.
sure.
But if they start raising their eyebrows when I'm in a relationship, then what was your agenda to begin with?
For sure.
I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What you gonna say to you?
I just want to say, I believe that there should be a level of expectation in some friendships, especially I know for me, there necessarily has to be when it comes on to different people, because like Ed said earlier, different people, have different bonds and define friendship differently. Like for me, there is no expectation from my end, and you believe it would be the same, or it would be reciprocated by the person that you call a friend, and not necessarily. I've been in situations where my best friend, childhood friend, we had to sit on the phone for hours because she's just like, this is one-sided. I'm always calling you and you're never returning my call. And in my head, I'm like, but I'm busy. Life is happening. The kids are there. The husband is there. All this stuff. That I love you. That I'm not the type of person who, communicates, very well over the phone. I'm the type of person, I see you face to face. We rock it. We good. We pick up from where we left off. In my mind, that is friendship. But because there was no expectation, there was no definition. So I had to sit down and listen to how, like you said earlier, I could serve her better, as a friend, because in my mind, it's just, I take it as it comes day by day. That is me. When in her mind, she's like, this is how I can tell that you love me, by returning my calls, by, and you would think common sense, duh, return your friend's phone call or whatever the case may be. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, the person who's my friend will understand that it's not that I don't love you if I'm not returning or whatever the case may be. It's just I'm busy, life is happening. But when we sat down and she expressed to me that I don't feel love. I'm not receiving, this is not what I classify as a friendship. It feels one-sided to me. I literally had to sit down and I had to say to myself, okay, there's an ultimatum here. There is an expectation being set. Do I love this person enough to meet those expectations? And when I ask myself that, I'm saying, with the history we have, yes, I do. And some people, you have to give them that because, like he said, what is my definition of friendship and what is your definition of friendship? So I believe honestly there has to be a balance where it's not too much expectation, but there should be some definition to the friendship. I have other friends, Joe. We don't have to talk years, months, days, and we good, we cool, and we just understand that this is life, this is how it goes. There's ministry, there's family, everything, and we pick up from where we left off. I have other friends that not so much. It doesn't go over that well with them, and I have to understand that this is what they need and this is how I can serve them. So I believe there should be a balance where expectation is concerned.
For romantic relationships, what's your love language? Oh, my love language is acts of service, or my love language is touch, or my love language is whatever. I think we should develop something. What's the friendship love language? What is your love language within the friendship? So it won't feel
Isn't
like
it for everyone though? It's just love for love.
no,
Oh.
it's not. Yeah. But think about it. But honestly, we're friends. Your love language is touch. What? No, you get what I'm saying.
Hugging and snuggling.
How many
and-
times we gonna hug, Mama?
True, you're right.
But you get what I'm saying.
get you.
So I think we
Yeah.
need to develop something to where where we understand this is what I need in this friendship. You say you need this, and this is what I need, and we can have that understanding where one friend is not feeling like, dang, this is really one-sided, And on
That's such a thing though.
yeah.
Even the touch part, like I have very friends that are very like huggy and kissy, and I'm just like,
Yeah, literally.
or I'm doing that, and they're like,
Where you
we're
been? I don't
like,
know.
we thugs, don't do that. No,
I'm with the
you're
mixed
right.
bag. But
Yeah.
also, I wanted to piggyback off of the Platonic too, and I was telling them before you got here how me and my husband now he had female friends and like, hey girl, how you? And they hang out, and I had male friends, and I was telling Edward, I said the job I used to work, we used to have a split in the middle of the day, so we could go to lunch, we could go shopping. You had like 4 or 5 hours to do whatever, and so me and my male friend, we go shopping, go eat. We go to my husband's job, we taking food. He'd be like, hey, how you doing, man? And but it would be him and me. We just gone.
Yeah.
And my husband had no issues with that, and vice versa. Because my thing is this: if you crazy enough to cheat,
Yeah.
you see, you're gonna lose all of this.
True. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not worth it. For
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
So I think that men and women, you can have the opposite sex friends, and they can be attractive too, Mama.
That-
You just have to.
I don't know. I struggle because I told y'all I grew up with guy friends. In our culture, it was very different. Call me crazy. We could sleep on the same bed. Like we'll have sleepovers with youth group, and like all our friends are guys. It'll be like 2 of us as sisters, and everybody, and we'll have sleepovers like. And it was pure. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Like it was so innocent. I'm telling you. Like I know you like what, but like it was so innocent. However, get this though. Because you end up finding out somebody felt something for you at some point. And now you can't really dig, like, when did you like me? When did you stop? When, hold on. You know the movies where it's like, whole time, like those movies at the end, it's like, I'm in love with you. I've been always in love with you. And it's like, all along. And you're just like, bro, like, dang. I mean, it's honestly, it's a benefit if you end up, like, not being in a relationship because you got an option. But it might just work. Like, you know that movie, they're like, well, if you're 40 and I'm 40 and we're single, like, we're good. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
why not? But I don't know. Like, when those stories start appearing of, like, I was like, I don't know if, like, you can really just avoid the face, avoid the attraction. Well, okay, here's my question. Platonic friendship, right? And y'all gonna have to edit this because I don't even know how I'm gonna ask it. By the way, we've gone through a lot of these things, so it's fine. When you attracted to somebody, it's, I don't know. Some people it takes time, right? It's not like a physical attraction right away. It takes time. You get to know the person, you start liking them. Some people, I see you that there's friction, there's chemistry, there's fire, there's that, right?
Yes.
Then you end up being friends. Are you really telling me they can be amazing platonic friends without any sense of attraction?
No, you're gonna be attracted to them because it's natural for you to be attracted to someone that you like, your type or whatever. So I would be lying if I said I had friends that I was like, okay, you fine. You know, I did, but I value what I had more than that. You get
Okay,
what I mean?
I get what you mean.
So I was always the type of person in relationship where if an opportunity came to do something wrong, I'm sitting there, okay, let me wait. Okay, I do this. What can happen? But how could I do this again? You know what I'm saying? We doing the girl math, as Jazz said, we're trying to figure out. Okay, how could I? So I ended up not doing it. You get what I mean? But I was attracted. I was attracted. It is what it is. I got eyes. You know, I got hormones.
Okay.
The Lord gave them to me. I just got to learn how to control them.
So with what Rob is saying, can you be attracted to your friend and still keep them as a friend? Even in marriage, like your wife knows originally you were attracted. This is your type. And she respects it. Your friend respects it. Could you consciously in your mind live a peaceful life knowing like...
So speaking of marriage, right?
Yeah,
you got to know yourself. It's human nature to be attracted to the opposite sex.
Oh, let me say, can I say
Yeah.
something real fast? I'm gonna give you. You can. Let me tell you what me and my husband, we do that to this day. If there's an attractive guy, I'll be like, babe, he is fine. Isn't he nice?
See, I would have got killed.
And-
I'm joking.
but you know what I mean?
I get
I'll be
you.
like, he is so attractive. Or my husband, she's pretty. You know, my husband has this
I
thing where
wish
he'll
you
say,
would.
he says, there's all these beautiful flowers in the garden, but you got to understand that you have the best flower. You can observe the flowers, but don't touch them. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, ooh, she's pretty. He's like, oh yeah, she really is. But that's 27, 28 years. You get, it wasn't like that initially.
Exactly.
You know, we had to get there. You know, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
possible.
it's
It's
possible.
possible.
We do that now too, where it's like, see that, you know, kind of thing. Before in the beginning, do what?
That part.
Do what? But in terms of being attracted to your friend while in marriage, this is kind of just, it's rubbing me the wrong way. I think there's a very, very thin line that I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be that, what if you just, you know, what if one day you just, you know, there's
get
just
a
a
couple
happenstance. There's
drinks.
just a couple drinks, you know, you're overwhelmed, you want to bare your soul, this is what's happening, da 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 da. And then, you know, you lean and you feel the rock hard abs, and then you don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I think it's a very thin line, a dangerous line to tread. And for me, it's not that I don't believe that you can have, like, you know, platonic relationships between male and female, but I think if there is any level of attraction, you know, you should have the maturity enough to not say, oh, we're buddy buddies or we're best friends. It's just, you know, general, hi, how you doing? You know, keep your distance. For me,
Yeah,
keep
that's
your
what
distance.
Rob is saying. Like with that maturity, like it's an unspoken boundary where you know, right? That's what you're saying. Where you good.
So everything maturity for sure, right? But you have to know yourself.
True.
And you have to know the person you calling a friend.
True.
Because if a woman is really my friend, especially if she has a husband,
Yeah.
and she's in a vulnerable state, I have to be the one to say, hold on, you know, what you doing? You know, because I'm a friend. I'm a friend.
My question is, I genuinely want to know, if you're married, like, and you have that person, right? Why do you need to have friends that you're attracted to around you? Like, why do I need to have you around?
It's okay. So let me put it like this: a friend is just a friend. It's not even that, oh, I have to have you around me. No, I enjoy your company. We laugh together. We have a history or whatever. how can I put this in a brain?
No, go ahead. It's okay.
Um,
Let it.
there are certain things, and I think more so you would do this with a same-sex friend,
Right.
that you can't go and tell your husband X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You have to have wisdom when you're married. You have to have wisdom unless you don't want to be married. You know? So certain things, like I'll say, okay, Mom, I need to talk to you about something. I can't necessarily go to Pastor Wallace and be like, oh, da 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 da. Whereas she's a woman, she'll understand.
Yeah.
He's not going to understand that. You get what I mean?
I mean,
Now-
more like with male.
She's
like,
saying platonic.
Yeah.
And okay, so even with the platonic, sometimes you just need somebody to laugh so you're not crying because you're going through what you're going through.
That's true. But
Some,
go ahead. No.
every friend, like I think Robert said it before we start taping, different friends for different things.
Yeah.
So it's not even so much you're going to be attracted to somebody. My whole thing is we're putting so much emphasis on the being
attraction,
the attraction.
Yeah.
There are people that I have initially, oh, they're so attractive. Then you get to know them, and they're attractive still, but it's not like it was. You like, oh, he
it's
like
real
my little
ugly.
brother.
Right.
He's silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's not focus so much on the attraction part.
Right.
It's this person. I can be
Value.
me with them.
Yeah.
I can, I can talk to them about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Whereas you may not be able to talk to your spouse, or they could even, like she said, her friend, she needed redirection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that male friend said, hey, well, hold up, go back. Did you talk to your husband? You get what I'm saying? And then to even get a male perspective or a female perspective.
Yeah.
You know, some you may be thinking, oh, this is right. And they be like, oh, no, that ain't right. Don't say that to no man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, even for me, what I've learned in life with friendships is, and we didn't touch upon it yet, or we didn't really ask the question, but I believe in there has to be purpose in your friendships, like platonic, without platonic, because sometimes we emphasize it on like, oh, we're mutual, oh, we're compatible, oh, we're this, we're that. But the enemy can even use the fact you're compatible and comfortable and friendly and secret keeper to completely divert you.
True.
Where you're in circles you were never meant to be in. You know what I'm saying? You're in circles that are feeding into even your weakness or delay, but it feels good to you, and it's comfortable to you and it's what you know. But I think whenever you find the purpose, just like you find purpose in your marriage, right? Like in everything you're supposed to find purpose in, your friendship has to have a purpose. Like, what is the vision statement of your friendship? What are you both? And it doesn't mean you're both doing the same thing in the same calling, like you're both evangelists. I'm not talking about those things, but, and it's not as deep as like marriage where, I'm a doctor, but she's a this, and how we gonna make life happen. You know what I'm saying? You can be in different aspects, but why has God destined y'all to be together as friends? Because like for me, honestly, I can say, the people I call my friend, like actually I don't like to say friends, I say family, like you say, like at this point I ain't got no friends, no new friends, no friends, you family, or even spiritual family, or you just acquaintance, like that. It's just easier, but one thing I've noticed is God has used those people from my background to like anchor me. So even when I get stressed, or when like ministry or just new environments, new seasons, I don't know if y'all ever felt like that, but anytime you spend time with those people, it could be a good, like, just 3 hours. There's a sense of self that comes back to you. Like, there's this, like, life is okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel a sense of, like, you're covered, you're good. Like, it's like it returns something to you that I can't even put into words.
You have foundation.
You have foundation, and it humbles you. But also, on the flip side, there are times that God will separate you.
Yes.
And that's when it hurts. We didn't cover this. What about those friendships that you have to let go?
Ooh.
And I'm talking foundational, been with you, there's purpose, there's everything, but it's one of those, God's cutting it out. Like, how do you handle that? Because for me, it's like a grief, man. Like, it's like it's like you're married, but it's like weird because it's y'all ever been through that where you're that detachment? So how do you handle that? And for me, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever detached completely from somebody, because I've learned how to, again, respect them in their own place, and we can see each other and greet each other. It's not bad. Like, I don't like bad beef. Like, I don't think I have friends that I can say, like, I can't even meet you across the street. Like, it's not that bad. But, huh?
Across the street is crazy.
Yeah, like me. But there's some that's like, it's even awkward to be in your, you know. But it's never been easy, like, to cut.
No,
But
it feels like a mourning. It feels like a ripping apart. And because I've recently had, to deal with something like that where, you've had friends who, like we talked about, you've built history, you've built life together. They got you, you got them. And then there's this big event pretty much just out of the blue where you have to make that cut. And it literally feels like a ripping, but it's a decision that you have to make also for your future. It can be a very lonely process, and it can be a very traumatic process, but I believe that you get through it, one, based on your perspective, and two, having your eyes set on your future as well, to know that not everybody can go with you where you're going.
I think it's also important to recognize when the friendship is like at a dead end.
exactly.
It's like you're watering a dead plant. Like you keep trying to repair it and have these long conversations. Sometimes the conversations go on for days, weeks, and months.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, when are you gonna discern like God is just trying to separate you? They can't go where He's taking you. So for me, how I cut it off, I just have to block you.
Dang. That's pretty tough.
That sounds so horrible. I'm so sorry.
But that's like your families know each other. Like, what if?
And they be like, how's such and such? I want to say the name. And I'm like, I think she's okay.
You are so cold.
Yeah, you crazy.
I have to, because if I don't, then I'm gonna keep trying.
But that's also her way of also like respecting her friends and protecting like her friends' personal growth too, to make sure y'all not keeping go like the cycle of let's fix it, let's get better, da da da. I've had to do that with one that was very close, but for me it's like the dynamic switched, but it's different because it wasn't. I had to let them go because I was toxic for them. Does that make sense? It's like what they needed in their life was not me, because I was just bringing toxic. Like, imagine someone's going through hell and you're just like, there, it's not to compare people's like issues, but it's like, bro, my marriage is collapsing and you crying about your lunch last week that we're not in the same level of, and I would feel bad because I'm like, I just brought bad energy, and this person needs that season. That person really needed somebody that's going to uplift them, somebody that's going to really understand. So for me, I had to sit back and be like, yo, like, I can't be that friend because of what I'm going, like my capacity right now, but that's going to be selfish of me to sit there and not really understand that at the end of the day, like, you're not serving them purpose in this relationship either. So
Mama, that's selfless.
That's very mature.
It was. That's what I thought. There's a part two plot twist because their response to me surprised me because they were like, "Huh? Not that you were there.
You weren't there.
No. They twisted it where they said to me, "You can't determine what I need." Because it's like, just your laughter, I need it. So for you to give up on that friendship is to tell me that, you just don't want to do the work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that coming either. I didn't either. I was like, oh. Like, and that's when I really realized, you're not a good friend. Because you were just thinking through like, or you trying to connect the dots of how it serves you again. And how you don't feel good as a friend doing that to her. But whole time you're deciding upon yourself what's good to you, what feels. But needless to say, it opened my eyes to my reality, but it also, because I thought what I did was so wise and like, it was good, mature. But I realized like, that I can't determine what she needed in that moment unless she spoke it. Like, you have to let her say, hey, you getting a little too toxic, or I'm sorry, I can't really, like, you're a little too negative for me, like, because just like I said, my simple aura, just me being next to you could already make you feel like just good, you needed that in that moment. And to hear the person say like, I'm distancing in that moment, it's like, it crushes you even more. Right. And she would tell me like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, you did something to me, like this season, I've been hurt, but you really hurt me. Wow. And it really made me think, like, you got to get better. Like, you really, like, as much as you think you understand friendship, or you understand like how to navigate or how to say bye to people and da 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 da. Man, life is just too complicated to really know like what is the way to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what really is the way to go? But like I said, with that friend, there was purpose. There was purpose from day one. So there was still reconciliation. Like, there was still a way we got through that hurdle where we still knew how to like get back without it not being the same. You know, it changes the whole, you know, not narration, what's the word? The dynamic of your friendship. But again, that heart is there. That like that person knows your soul.
So did you feel like you were getting what you needed out of that relationship? Because I it comes from a personal place of I can easily walk away or detach if I feel like I'm not getting what I need. You know?
True.
So were you receiving from that person as well as you were giving?
I think in that season, like I said, I was going through my own issues. And I think I expected my friend to be there the way that I was with her. And when she couldn't give me that because of what she was going through, I became more negative. Like, I became more pessimistic. Is that the word? Pessimistic, where I would look into the friendship and it just would drain me. Like, it would drag me, or I would be more negative about it. And the way I would approach her, it was just like, it wasn't, you know? But I had to realize, and I was kind of feeling in a way, I don't know how to describe it. I felt like I made my world, like I made her circle my circle. Does that make sense? Like, when you spend so much time with that person that their world becomes your world. And it gets to the point where now when you need them in your world,
You're not there.
do you get what I'm saying? It's not that they're not trying to be there either. And that's the thing. She would ask me like, I want to be there for you. Like, you got to open up. Remember, I wasn't an open book. They have to like ask me for months to get something out. Like, but it's like, if she wasn't there in the capacity I needed her to be there without me asking, then it felt like, for me, it was like pulling teeth. And then it would just feel like, okay, then why am I giving? Or why should I make your world my world, to the degree that at the end of the day, if you got up and left, I don't have any world. I don't have a circle. You get what I'm saying? So my whole perspective just tainted because of what I was going through. Does that make sense? So for me, it's like I would have that expectation where when you were going through something, like I was there, or I was this, I was that. And if I didn't feel that reciprocated, then automatically there's going to be like my perspective, my whole attitude, it's going to shift. Does that make sense? So to ask your question, sorry, what was your question?
I just wanted to know if basically you were receiving what you needed out of that relationship.
Yeah, so I think in my perspective, I wasn't. And that's what like made me kind of like get toxic in a way in that season, that she didn't need toxicity necessarily.
I said that to say, because I think as much as we are great to people, if I don't get what I need in that friendship too, it doesn't have value to me. And what I don't value is expendable.
That's true.
So to be clear, like Mama said, the foundation of everything on friendship is purpose.
Right.
We don't go out here just like looking for people to be friends with.
Right.
So purpose is definitely everything. You have friends for different reasons and seasons for each friend, right? But then again, we have to ask ourselves, why is that person my friend?
Yeah.
Every friendship, what God is trying to do to us and for us is increase our level of love. Where he says, I'll bring you from glory to glory to the day of my return, and I'll make you more like me as possible by the time I come back. And he's steady trying to help us and teach us to love like he loves.
Yeah.
So friendship is exposing your heart.
Yeah.
Because it's certain things that you wouldn't know about that's in you that you need to get rid of and give to God if you've never been through the situation.
That's true.
So in that situation, you able to see like, oh, that's in me. And even though I thought it was good, maybe it's not. So let me address this and give it to God so I could be a better person in the future for whoever else comes into my life. You know, not to digress, but remember, back in the old days, nobody married because of love.
They did.
That's
They
true.
were betrothed of what's most beneficial for the family.
Yeah.
Right? So the purest form of love was a friendship. Because a woman would be giving away to a man that she don't even know. She's like, I don't love this person, but I got all these friends over here that I know love me.
Yeah.
We're talking about platonic love.
Yeah.
Right? So why is a person your friend? We gotta understand, like, I should be willing to, if this person is really my friend, no matter what we go through, and I have identified that this person is not just for a season, right? Because purpose on everything. I should be able to be transparent, be vulnerable enough to talk about these issues like I would talk about with my wife or my husband. Because I'm not leaving my wife, right? When I say my husband, I mean a woman for me. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go to these days.
You know
you
what I'm
don't
saying?
know.
Like I'm not gonna leave my wife.
Right.
If we're gonna do something, we're gonna sit, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
If we don't agree, like we might, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, go to our room for a little bit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, come back together, like, hey, it's that
Yeah.
same love that we gotta have for our friends. We
Friends.
shouldn't have to separate, like, this is my wife and this is my friend. The same effort that I will put into keeping my wife, if I call this person a friend,
Yeah.
I should be able to want to reconcile
Yeah.
and do the same thing.
I get you.
Now don't get me wrong. I've had people in my life. I die for them to this day.
Yeah.
Been my friend since 12 years old.
Wow.
But then in the 30s, you know what I'm saying, something would left. I'm like, dang, what is that? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
I had to put you out of my life.
Yeah.
And it hurts to my heart. But I can't go around at this stage of my life having to watch my back because it might be some envy or jealousy in you, right?
Exactly.
So I do understand that boundary, but at the same, if we're calling this person our friend, it's like, to what extent,
Exactly.
right?
And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm you see I'm on fire because the analogy you gave of it, you're not giving up on it, similar to that of a marriage. It's kind of walking a thin line for me, because then we go back to friends, friendship having a purpose, and also being able to discern which friendship is for the season that you're in, and you're having a friendship for a lifetime, or if there's a reason that this person is in your life. And sometimes we do get our bows crossed, where the person who's supposed to be in your life for a season, you think they're supposed to be in your life forever. And the reason why I was asking if there's room for forgiveness, because I know myself, I will exhaust, but once I let go, it will take Jesus. Hear me and hear me well. It will take Jesus from heaven to reunite that friendship. And I don't mean it in any bad blood kind of way. But I'm the type of person, I'm a non-confrontational runner. So I'm gone and you don't even realize. I already left. I'm sitting here with you right now, but I already left.
Yeah,
we're not
that's
friends,
what I do.
but I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
And so the reason why
Dang, you fake.
yeah, mama, that is me. Because I can't do. This is me. I can't do comfort. Mama,
I'm kidding. No, that's how I am. That's how I am.
Mama, I'm not gonna confront.
Yeah.
We're not gonna argue. In your mind, we're best friends.
Yeah.
Me, I've already left my friends. Because there were, in the beginning, like I said, there was no expectations for me.
Yeah.
So it can't really hurt me whether you leave or whether you stay.
Yeah.
I do believe in forgiveness and so on, but how much times will I have to resuscitate, you understand me, something that's for a season, or something that's meant to be dead, or meant to be cut off? You know what I mean? But I disagree with that analogy of just keeping it just as long as you would a marriage, the same energy and so on and so forth. We have to be able to be in a place where we're discerning. Should I let this go now, God? Is this not only serving me, but is this the friendship serving your purpose, like what Mama said?
But I think that's what Rob is saying. It's friendship with covenant that he's saying I will not let go of.
Oh, okay.
Because just like there's covenant in your marriage,
analogy
there's
of a
also
marriage.
friendship with covenant.
Oh,
Where
okay.
whether I like you or
Okay.
not, God needs me to be there.
Okay,
It's
because
just-
it can't be
that
them
can't
ones
be
that's
one of
fly
them
by
emotional
night.
At the end of the day, we don't always get it right,
Yeah.
and we have choices. We have
Yeah.
free will,
Yeah.
and what we choose is what we choose.
Yeah, and people change.
Yeah,
What?
people do change too, and that's life. in my life, you know, I like to focus on maturity.
Yeah.
You know, maturity, getting better, right? So that I'm not repeating the same things that haven't brought me any success in my past,
Yeah.
right? So, like love is a big thing.
Big
Like
time.
who can love? Who can love? Protect yourself, set your boundaries, right?
Yeah.
But like still be able to exemplify a love that could change somebody else because
Yeah.
of what they're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
One thing I learned from you is maturity, for sure.
Yeah.
I leave
There
more
are-
mature than I came.
I'm leaving mature.
I have one question and I'm done.
Okay.
My
That's a
question is,
Uh-huh.
is there such thing as having a lifelong friend? Is that a
I
thing?
believe
for
so.
Forever.
I think so.
Even when you change through different seasons, like a person that can be there through all of it.
Golden girls.
But that's what I mean by that's when friends become family.
Right.
Because, well, though, I mean, that's another podcast. Because that's gonna. Because I'm yeah.
We can go deeper on
No,
that
that's
one.
yeah. Because yeah. But if I categorize you as family, like that's what Rob is saying. 5 years later, it's like
That's my family.
I'm crashing in my aunts, you know.
Yeah.
But now, that's why I said people can change.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as I'm endowed, I'm in covenant with you forever. Because if tomorrow you want to wake up, be a Satanist and do some witchcraft on me, best believe, I don't care if it's 25 years of friendship. Like, I'm not owning you to be my inner circle, knowing my business. Like, it's not, we're just going to divide. But is there lifelong? I do believe that. I think there are people who literally will be in the nursing home with sleepovers. Like, that's how I know we close. Like, if I know we could be in our fake teeth still having sleepovers, then you're solid. You're done, you know? But it's crazy because what if you make a friend now that becomes your lifelong friend? Have you ever thought about that? Like, let's say you meet somebody today and whole time they're with you till you're 90 something. Would you miss that opportunity? Or does the friendship have to start when you're 5? Like,
I used to think that.
do you get what I'm
I used to think,
saying?
I used to think my elementary best friend
Has
was
to.
my lifelong.
But imagine, because you're young. Like, I'm young too. I'm 29, about to turn 30. So I'm like, okay, that was what 28 years of my life. Okay, what, 25? I mean, I'm not making friends till what? I don't know. But it's, you know what I'm saying? But imagine I have a whole other 25 years, God willing. What if I miss a whole chance of God bringing somebody new in my life that is supposed to anchor me for the next 30 years of my life? Does that make sense? But I don't know. I don't know, because I'm there with you. Like, with the past 25 years, I'm like, Drake, no new friends. Like,
I think because I'm the oldest thing in here, I'm the
oldest
dinosaur.
thing.
I'm the dinosaur. I just think that I am.
No,
I'm the
you're not.
dinosaur.
It's like caveman days.
Even at my age, it doesn't change.
Oh my gosh, don't tell me that.
It doesn't. The trying to figure out, okay, what's your motive? What's your purpose? Why do you want to be my friend? Why do
And then you know what I noticed, Mama T, though? As we get older, we get wicked. Have y'all noticed that?
Let me break it down.
Like, I feel like when I was younger, I would look at older people and I'd be like, y'all just get dumber, or like,
No,
not even in that way, but just y'all get more like, I don't know.
I think what it comes from them, the experiences, like you guys were saying,
Yeah.
the experiences, and them not allowing, number one, healing,
Exactly.
holding on to trauma,
Yeah.
and then I'm bringing all these people around me, and then all these ninjas, they didn't just did some stuff behind my back, and you can't trust them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you have to come up or determine, not come up, but determine in your mind, I'm just going to be okay. Lord, if you send somebody, amen. If you
Okay.
don't, amen. Just give me somebody that I can, because everybody
Them
needs at least
skeletons
one
gonna build
confidant.
up.
Just
you're
one
older.
confidant.
I had to
Just
open
one.
my heart.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole lot of friends.
That's true.
I have a lot of acquaintances. I don't call everybody my friend.
Yeah.
I do not. And then I know you probably think like this too, Mama,
Yeah.
because you're married to Papa. You have to be mindful. Why you want to get close to me?
Oh, yeah.
What's your motive?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's
Oh,
your
yeah.
motive? Do you want to get close to me so you can have clout?
Oh, of
Do
course.
you want to get close to me so that you know you can look good, or you want something from me? What is it? Do you genuinely want to know who I am?
Exactly.
Why are you wanting to get close to me? Because
Yeah.
I've had some people, even since we've started, and they're like, "Oh, Mama Tina," I'm like, "No." In my mind, I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
not you."
Yeah.
I'm not going. You won't know it's
Yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a treat. I
No.
talk to everybody. I treat everybody
No,
right.
that's
but-
serious. And people are wicked.
Yeah.
Because I used to think, oh, okay, like, you know, we have pure hearts. Like,
Nope.
but that's what I'm saying.
Not
It's just not getting pure as we age. But in the beginning, even with platonic things, I used to be like, it's fine, da 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 da, you know. And I would even, I've met his ex before, and he's met mine. It's another story anyway. But I was one of them bold ones. I was like, hi, you know, like, I know you, you know me. I'm so sorry about the past, but it's okay. We're cool. Like, we're family. Like, it was very awkward, but I had to do it because it was like, let's create that bound. But I'm saying all that to say, nowadays, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm sorry, because
Yeah.
the world is evil. Like, when I tell you that you cannot trust, like, and there's people at church who even if I'm a spiritual mother, they still want to befriend me.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you befriending? But the crazy part is, Mama T, like, people will look at circles in like ministry and be like, that's her circle. That's not circle. Like, no, and they know it in every sense of the word. Like, they know that we're not here for friendship. Like, they know how God has placed you in my life, that when I say best friends, it's not, it has nobody in this house is my best friend. You know what I'm saying? And they're not offended. Like, it's not one of those, like, I thought we passed that line and we're just, no, like, they have an understanding that they actually don't know my best friends. That's the crazy part. They don't even know their names. You don't even know them. That's what I'm saying. Tia doesn't even know them. That's how, like, that's how,
That's your life over there.
that's what I'm saying. So
that's how
people
it should be.
can, that people will be thinking, like, oh, that's her circle. Like, they know her thing, da, da, da. And I'm like, if only you knew, like, even my close ones don't even know. But anyways, that was a good conversation.
Yes.
Bye, Frenzy.
There's a fire inside I cannot quench. It keeps burning